This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
Sources tell NDTV Hindu that 25 students will be charge-sheeted for submitting fake mark sheets for medical and engineering courses. Sri Lankan government receives flack from all over for abolishing the Tamil version of the national anthem. Karunanidhi says this will dishearten Tamils. Jayalalitha and Stalin get set to spread the Christmas cheer with some political flavour in Kanyakumari. NDTV Hindu stands witness to some
political leaders
parties.
Want to be part of any Christmas event there because it means votes.
Stalin acts on NDTV Hindu's report. His office approaches Parandaman to help him find a job. This is what an emotional Parandaman had to say.
I feel very much privileged and thrilled. Our Deputy Chief Minister M.K. Stalin sir yesterday night immediately contacted me by phone.
Overspeeding leads to two separate accidents in the city. A motorcyclist succumbs to injuries and two women and an auto driver are injured. A very good evening. I'm Divya bringing you the news tonight. Let's also bring you the news making national headlines. Chidambaram's remarks sparks of cross-party outrage and prompts the Home Minister to withdraw his comments. Indian envoy to UN was asked to remove his turban for a search at a US airport. He tells NDTV that he refused. Vijay Singh insists he will present evidence that he spoke to 2611 martyr Hemant Karkare on the day. Through the police say there are no records. I can only suggest remedies. 2G's probe head Justice Patil says after the terms of reference are set up. Supreme Court tells the Finance Ministry to submit the complaint against Neera Radia, which the government says was the basis for tapping her phones. Well, the Chennai police are cracking down the fake mark sheet scam once again in the city. Criminal action will be taken against 25 students who were accused of submitting fake mark sheets while seeking medical and engineering admissions in July. Sources have told NDTV Hindu that a charge sheet will be filed against them in a month's time. And 3 days ago, in another development, the MCC Dean has lodged a complaint with the Commissioner T. Rajendran against 36 students who received admissions to diploma nursing courses offered by the MCC after they submitted forged mark sheets at the time of joining. The Central Crime Branch of the City Police have formed 3 special teams now to look into the fake mark sheet scam.
Our usual procedure in government setup is any student getting admitted for any course will send their original certificates of +2 marks to the government examinations for verification. So usually it happens, but usually send the original document. That will take long time for them to process it and give a reply and all. Whereas this year what happened, the government examination themselves, they are given the CD form, all their register number, their mark, etc. to our Director of Medical Education as well as the Anna University. So there the bogus nature was very detected and immediately the action was taken. So 3 persons are already studying with us when suspended. Other 20 plus 13 previous years finished there, but for whom we have not yet issued the diploma certificates.
Well, moving on, politicians from all parties have condemned the Sri Lankan cabinet's decision to abolish the Tamil version of the Sri Lankan national anthem. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Karunanidhi has criticized this in a statement. Karunanidhi said, and I quote, "If the reports in this regard are true, it is strongly condemnable. This will further dishearten Tamils in Sri Lanka who are already suffering. I condemn it," unquote. CPI State Secretary has reacted saying this will cause an ethnic divide and made a strong statement that India should stop aid to Sri Lanka, which blatantly discriminates Tamils. Meanwhile, the CPM State Secretary has also asked the centre to intervene and demanded that the Lankan government revoke its decision, stating that this will lead to disillusionment amongst ethnic Tamils. And in Sri Lanka, the Tamil National Alliance, which is a major Tamil political party, has also strongly condemned this decision. Suresh Premchandran, an MP with the TNA, released a statement on behalf of his party and said that this will alienate ethnic Tamils in the country further. And for more on this, senior correspondent Peer Mohammed now joins me live from our newsroom. Well, Peer, ever since reports of the Lankan cabinet's decision came up, politicians have been strongly condemning this. There is a sense of fear that this might lead to some sort of unrest and sidelining of the ethnic Tamils in Sri Lanka. So what more can you tell us at this point, Peer?
Yes, the Tamil National Alliance has clearly said that it is against the constitution of Sri Lanka. And they have clearly said that in 1988, Tamil is made a national language. And they have to stick to that, and this abolition is against the constitution. And they have also warned that the Tamils will be forced to boycott the national anthem if the government is not reintroducing the Tamil version of the national anthem. That is a clear warning from the ethnic minority Tamils who make 21% of the Sri Lanka's population. And also from Tamil Nadu, the widespread dissent is pouring in from all the parties, right from the DMK chief and chief minister to the left party leaders. Everybody is condemning the way the Sri Lanka cabinet decided to abolish the Tamil version of the national anthem, which has been in vogue for quite a long time. For over 50 years, it has been in use since 1978. This has been printed in Tamil textbooks across north and eastern province where Tamils are in majority, and this has been sung by the Tamils in their official functions. So this has created widespread criticism and also international outcry from Tamils who are living abroad.
Right, thanks very much indeed for joining us with all those details. Well, the assembly elections may be months away, but ahead of Christmas, the leading contenders, the DMK and the AIADMK, are already drawing the battle lines in order to woo the electorate. Deputy Chief Minister M.K. Stalin and the AIADMK Supremo Jayalalitha will add to the Christmas cheer in Kanyakumari district, but they are touring on different dates. Our senior correspondent Peer Mohammed brings you the political spirit behind the Christmas cheer of the forthcoming visits.
Kanyakumari, a southern district of Tamil Nadu, is a crucial vote bank and could well be a clincher in capturing the seat of power in Chennai. The vote bank is largely Christian, and that may be why Christmas this year is going to be festooned with political flavour for the people there. Deputy Chief Minister Stalin has plans of visiting the district around December 19th, while the former Chief Minister Jayalalitha is scheduled to celebrate Christmas at Arumanai on December 23rd.
It's assumed significance, and also it has attracted a lot of attention because they have invited the leader of the opposition in Tamil Nadu. I don't think it signifies a shift in the mindset of the Christian population. I wouldn't read it that way. But it is also a message, yeah, Christians are, at least in that part of the state, are willing to do business with anybody who delivers or anybody who would give them a better listening. Maybe it could be interpreted in that way.
However, the group that invited Jayalalitha to attend the Christmas festivities downplays the political significance of such high-profile visits.
Respect God, respect man. Unless respect man, you can't see God. Therefore, the Christmas is not just only a celebration, brings good news to the poor and needy.
This Christmas promises to be an unprecedented one for the electorate in Kanyakumari. The two leaders will not only ring in the festive cheer, but also set the tone for the coming elections. Political analysts will be keenly watching the impact of the two appearances, which will be a curtain raiser for the elections next year. In Chennai, with Peer Mohammed, this is Ashmit Kumar for NDTV Hindu.
And well, after watching NDTV Hindu's report, the Deputy Chief Minister lends a helping hand to a man in need. More on that in just a moment.